Hello everyone, Creeping War here, and welcome to my dual wield duelist who only using 2 swords. I have made this character. I got some requests if I can make a character only using 2 swords. So I made this character. And this character, my favorite skill to all dual wield characters is as always a dual strike. But you can use double strike and you can use Riv. Actually Riv is a very good skill to this build actually. And you can use various other skills like Cleave and Lightning Strike by recommending Dual Strike. But that's it, I'm gonna go my passive skill tree now and my gear.
So let's take a look at our passive skill tree. Starting as a duelist. You can do this build as a ranger as well, I'm gonna show it later. I took physical attack damage just in the beginning, just to get that extra burst damage when you're leveling up. Attack speed. Arm and evasion, you can grab this note, actually recommending this note. Took Art of the Gladiator, Master of the Arena, Devotion. I also want for Cloak and Chain, so I'm gonna get down to get Blade Barrier, and I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, but this is the best note if you want some damage. Then you have 2 choices. Go for a defensive area first, or go for the more offense and block area. I did a little bit mistake when I leveled this character. I went for the offensive and damage area here, but I actually recommending to go all the way up here, grab Resolute Technique and grab these life nodes here and these life nodes here. Start with this. I did this wrong when I'm leveling it up, and it will be much easier for you to level up if you go in this route here to grab Judgment, Barbarism and get Resolute Technique. I'm gonna get them when I'm leveling up more. But I went to this area, but you can go whatever you want. So when you go down here, you're gonna grab Golem's Blood. Also grab this life here. I not have leveling it up, so I have not get it. But when next time leveling up, I'm gonna get that. I also get Unwavering Stance. Yes, now actually I'm thinking about maybe dropping this, because I have a Bring of Rain and I'm using it will blind enemy. But I'm using Unwavering Stance because my life is not that very high. I have a little bit over 3k life. And this is my source for life when I'm hitting enemy. It lasts for Carnage. This whole these 3 nodes here. This is how I get most of my life. It's very good note, all these 3 here. I'm really recommending them. But the most interesting thing that are different from this build and the other builds, it is I am actually walk up here. I'm gonna show it. I always using Iron Reflectors when I play this build, but you can technically do this as an evasion build. I have not tried it, but it may work actually. So there's no reason why it shouldn't work. I grabbed also Tech Skin when I went this way. Went up here, grab Herbalism, and this like a Brutal Blade and Slashing Comeback. This all gives you this can all give you damage and strength. This one give you block chance and damage and accuracy and all of that. I actually thinking about dropping this one because it's not that really useful actually. So I actually thinking about dropping this and grab a life note instead. I have a dual wield block. I get an extra block chance. I have the notes here. I also went for Survivalist because it's a very good note, and I went to take Swagger, I can't pronounce that, to get both damage and a little bit more block chance, which are nice. And that's pretty much this build. I'm going to have a link in the description if I not forget, because I used to forget. But this build have worked really well actually. But I really encourage you to go for these 2 life notes here and Resolute Technique before you go for the notes up here. These notes here. I really recommend you go for the life first, especially if you're doing hardcore. This will work in hardcore, this build. But you need to be a little bit careful, and I am not a careful player. And now I'm gonna take a look at, no, not my stats, I'm gonna take that later. And my gear. I'm using Bring of Rain. This is a non-legacy Bring of Rain, so it's not that expensive actually. This character will have no expensive gear. I don't have any Soul Taker or all that. I'm using this sword here. It's a pretty nice sword. You're gonna look for a sword with the highest attack and physical damage possible, which you can afford. And this sword, for example, here was not expensive at all to buy. It was very cheap. I buy it for like 5k, so it's not that expensive. I also have this belt here, which I want to say this is the best belt you can have for this type of build. It's a really nice belt. Some defensive gloves here, get some life and resistance, and there's the same thing with the boots. These boots here are actually really nice because they have give all resistance, they give movement speed, but they don't give that much of life, but it's good enough. I have this crappy amulet here. It's not that special actually. It's a pretty bad amulet if I can be honest. I have this ring here, nothing special, good life, but my rings are not that good. Great. This ring here doesn't even have life, so it's not that good either. So I have some mediocre items I'm using. And in this build, as I showed earlier, you can use dual strike. I actually can show my setup. I'm using a dual strike, which are I want to say the best skill you can use for this type of build, but there are other skills you can use which work really nice as well. I'm using dual strike with multi strike, blood magic, and melee splash. This is my main damage setup. I'm using this against every enemy, even single target. I don't have a single target spell. My aura setup, it is Grace and Hatred, which are supported by a reduced mana. I also have a Herald of Ash, but I don't want to use it because I am using Iron Reflexes, so I want to get some more armor. This is the reason I'm using Grace, and I'm using Hatred because damage. And as you can see here, my damage is pretty, it's actually really high, so I'm pretty happy with this setup as it is right now. And I also have my other setups. I'm using a Whirling Blade, which are supported by Blood Magic and Whirling Blades, and also leveling a double strike there. And I have my Leap Slam setup, which are Leap Slam, Blood Magic. I also have a Reave here. You can actually use Reave with this build, it works just fine, as I showed earlier. And that's pretty much it. The armor here, it doesn't give me anything, I just have it because it looks nice. I really like the looks of it. And I also leveling up a melee physical damage, faster attacks, life leech, and added fire damage. Just by leveling up. And that's pretty much my build. If you have any questions about the build, just ask them in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. And if you want me to test out some skills, if you have any idea for skills I can try to use in this build, please just ask me in the comments. I would love to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and see you guys next time.